Test, test, test. All right. Hey, everybody. All right, looks good. Um, in the Arena Agricola queue. Oop, and actually we got a game. Look at that. Look at timing for once. Actually starting the stream just a second before the game actually starts. So that's pretty sweet. We have a game. We're in third seat. It's decent. Gonna send stream announcements out here. Okay. Okay, yeah. So we're live. We're third seat. We're against some players that I don't super recognize, but why would I recognize players anymore? Because I don't play often enough. 10, 10 quits does not bode well. Does not bode well. They're a decent enough player, but they have a propensity for quitting. Oof, very good player. So there's a very good player in front of us. The other two are pretty good. So actually a pretty good table. We see a champion breeder. We have a champion breeder with stuff like stockyard and early cattle in the hand. Very good miners overall. Gotta take champ breeder, right? But I really want this early cattle, but I don't think I have to take the early cattle first. Right? There's stockyard, there's harvest house, there's wheel plow. Like, early cattle's not that good of a card generally, but it really makes life a lot easier on champion breeder. I'm tempted by taking stockyard here. Giving it some extra room to breed before needing pastures is cool. It also, well, it doesn't combo with early cattle though. Sorry you missed the last couple. Holy smokes, Gonzo. Thanks so much for the sub still. Especially given how little I stream. I still really appreciate people who are supporting, who support. Anyhow, glad you're here. Glad you could join. And yeah, no worries about missing the last couple. That's just how it goes. I should probably take Harvest House. Harvest House is so good. Let's take Harvest House. Harvest House, very good. People will probably take firewood, wheel plow, stockyard stuff. I should get early cattle back. I might even get stockyard back otherwise, which is totally fine. Okay. There's a stock man. I'm not that high on stock man in order to get champ breeder going, although it's not bad. But you also have to build stables, which is kind of a thing that I don't think is very good here. I think veg vendor is decent, but I don't think I want that. Admittedly, I don't love the ox. Miners are quite good again. Beating rod, always welcome. The mole plow's okay, but I'm pretty low on it. Shepherd's whistle looks pretty great here, though. Shepherd's whistle is a lot of extra sheep. Does mean we have to build a stable and pay for shepherd's whistle, so that's a bit of a problem. Although, maybe I do take the stockman then. Maybe there is a play with stockman, shepherd's whistle, and say that we can stable and fence. That's a bit aggressive. It's a bit aggressive, but I don't really care about the rest of these ox, so the stockman gives us some fun options to make things go well. So let's take it. We're gonna take it, but I don't know that we're playing the stockman. The beating rod with the stockman's also kind of a cool way to get the cows early, but I also, like, we don't need a huge champion breeder, right? Even if you could just breed all three types in the round 13 and round 14 harvests, that means in round 13 you can play a 4-point champ breeder. That's quite good, but I am kind of dreaming of like a 6-point champ breeder. Like, get to play champ breeder in round 11 and have all three breeding and get 6 bonus points. 6 bonus points is a lot of bonus points. And the other thing about Champion Breeder that, like, Champion Breeder fits the, like, bill of a lot of these cards that are very good. Champion Breeder basically says, like, hey, you need to have pairs of animals, and you need to have room for them to breed into. So, like, you already have to be in a good position, right? You already have to have a pretty good farm with a bunch of animals, a bunch of breeding. And then you get bonus points if you do that. It's very good generally. I like Roof Ladder well enough. Roof Ladder,
You know, saves you a couple reed. I already have an extra reed cost on a thing. I don't really want to build a big house, so like often it can be annoying to gather the stuff to renovate, but roof ladder looks okay here. Steam plow, shifting cultivation as a bit of plow help is cool, but honestly, we've seen so much plow help now that I don't think it's going to be hard to plow. I'm really not worried about plowing anymore. I am a little worried about our food. This oyster eater is okay. I mean, like skipping placing a person's always a little rough, but oyster eater is just a couple of points. Uh, and sometimes fishing gets taken when you already are out, and so you're not really giving up that much. I'm tempted by that because I really don't care about most of these other cards. I mean, sculptor is maybe okay here, but yeah, I just don't care about these cards. I mean, Seed Seller maybe lets me feed via ovens, but I really just want a hearth. But other people might also want a hearth, which could cause issues. I'm gonna weirdly take Oyster Eater here, but it's probably wrong, but I just don't care. It's hard for me to care about those cards. Okay. Sheep Agent looks okay, but not great. These cards are not particularly helpful. Ravenous Hunger's a way to maybe eke out a couple extra animals. Reed Belt can be a bunch of reed, but I really don't need reed. This may be a studio. This is not the worst studio hand. I don't have great food thus far. Studio enables me to get a little bit of food going. I actually kind of like the studio as an option. I guess I take the sheep agent. I just don't think I'm playing sheep agent though. I don't think I'm playing any of these though. I'm gonna take sheep agent just to as an option and hopefully to dissuade other people from worrying about it. Salter is an interesting way to feed here, especially with the early cattle does come back. So does the stockyard. Somewhat slightly surprised stockyard came back. Is stockyard better than early cattle for me though? I don't think it is. Right? Early cattle enables some potentially absolutely obscene champ breeder lines. Like there's a decent argument if I take early cattle that we should actually. Well, okay, so one of the issues because we can't guarantee that pigs are breeding. We don't have a way to guarantee pigs are breeding until pigs show up. But I was gonna say there's almost scenarios where you can play this as a two-room game, which would be pretty sweet. But I think I have to take early cattle here. I think it's very powerful. Salter is probably too slow to actually do anything here. Yeah, I'm gonna claim Salter's too slow to do anything. Then again, what else am I taking? I'm gonna take the Salter. I just don't think I'm playing it. Maybe Salter's okay. Salt. We're gonna salt sheep if we wind up getting blocked on hearths. Could be a thing. We never take Skimmer's Plow. Alk Lab is totally fine. It's like a free point. Bohemian is like a little bit of food. I'm pretty low on Stock Protector. Stock Protector is just 2 wood every time we fence. I mean, we might fence 2 times, but like, eh. The lasso part of Stock Protector is cute, but it's just, I don't know. I'm very low on it. But we are talking about a 6 pick. So, like, it's probably fine. I don't intend to do tax collector things. I mean, this hand could sort of tax collect with the roof ladder help, but why am I rushing out tax collector just because wood's gonna be that tight? I mean, maybe that's an argument, but well, you know what? Actually, I'm warming up to tax collector being an interesting card to have in the hand over stock protector. I just am very low in stock protector personally. Retraining is a food for a point. That's better than the other option. We're not actually using retraining for anything, but a food for a point is fine. I guess Silo Keeper is a way to get more grain. I mean, we're really not worried much about crops. I want to play Harvest House to get our crops, and we'll eventually manually plow a couple fields, but that's all that's happening here. To be honest, our game's not that great. It's solid, but we're really relying on this champ breeder to pull through our game. And hey, there's certainly a lot worse cards to build around, but I don't particularly have good early game ox. Ooh, I'm actually very happy to see chairman in this game. Adding a lot of food to the game is good for me. Oh wow, and I can open Reedstone food. That's interesting. Bonehead. Bonehead's good. Add some wood to the game. I mean, I'm gonna take a Reedstone food if I'm offered it. I was originally gonna argue I should just take 3 wood, because his hand wants so much wood. And honestly, there is a pretty good argument that I should just take the wood anyhow. But I don't know. I'm gonna Reedstone food it, but um, I do not think it would be wrong to take 3 wood with this hand. Just belligerently take 3 wood through the early game. Don't worry that much about room parts. Worry about getting your wood. But here I am defaulting to Reedstone food. Major minor did flip, so somebody taking 2 clay makes a lot of sense. Oh, they don't start player. With chairman in the game, I'm gonna start player, right? Oh, I have nothing to start player with. That's an issue. Never mind. I would start player. I'll just plow. I don't have plows in hand, so like it's fine just to get a field out of the way. It's also totally fine to day labor here, actually. This is not a bad spot to day labor, but with chairman in the game, I'm going to claim that we need food less, and we can just kind of do this. I am going to go last next round. That's not shocking. Calcium fertilizer is cute. Yeah. Again, with chairman getting played, like start player giving a food. Like again, that was half a day labor action plus you're going first. Good stuff. Relatively early sheep, high food game. Fireplace is going to look really good. I'd love to get 3 wood here. If I need to play an Ock, that's the other awkward part, actually. This hand doesn't really have Ocks they want to play. Really throws me off when I'm not green. Fair enough. I am teal this game, yeah. Yeah, alright, so what do I want? What do I want out of this opening? I mean, I still want to get a room. I'm going to fight for a room. Oof, wow, 2 more clay for red. That's, okay, that's got to be a misclick. Yeah, okay. I was like, that's weird. I would like 3 wood. Okay, good. I do get 3 wood. Good. I don't really want to play Ox. That's the other awkward part of my head. Whoa, team. Oyster Eater stock has just increased by a lot. Oh my god. Do I play Oyster Eater right now? I mean, it's gonna mess with my placements a little bit, but Oyster Eater says like probably 6+ points. People will harpoon on a single food toward the end of the game if they need to. This Oyster Eater is actually like nuts now. I should just play the Oyster Eater, right? I mean, somebody just committed to harpooner, and it's reasonably likely they're gonna harpoon on the wheel. All right, yeah, never mind. I've talked myself into it. Green points. Like, if if there's a harpooner in the game, let's go. Like, hello. I'm in. There's a lot more food in the game. There's a lot more read in the game. Although the food is a little weird because the bottom feeding is mostly benefiting purple, not me. But firewood getting played, okay, makes sense. Took the early 2 clay, that looks cute. Totally fine. More wood in the game, I think that's good for me. Fishing gets taken right away. Oh no, I have to skip my person. So, like, this is what I was arguing during the draft about Oyster Eater 2 of like, oh no, I have to skip my next turn. Okay, but wait, I skip my next turn and there's nobody else to go. So, literally no punishment yet. I'll just take 2 wood here. Yeah, I just take 2 wood here. Okay. Reedstone Food's an excellent action for me. 4 clay for a hearth is pretty tempting, actually. Yeah, I don't mind 4 clay for a hearth. I don't mind 3 wood. I probably get offered Reedstone Food here. Harpooner doesn't super need Reedstone Food, though, so probably have to take Reedstone Food. But I do like 4 clay for a hearth, but I guess I don't need the hearth that fast. I don't know. I don't know, team. There's a lot to do here, and I don't feel actually the need to be that fast about room parts anymore. I'm already losing the race to room parts as it is. And between Oyster Eater and Champ Breeder, I have a lot of potential if I just like do the stuff I need to do. Which I mean, the stuff I need to do is eventually build a room, but this is where I'm tempted to just line up the hearth. The hearth, I think, really solves food for me for the game. Reedstone food's right there. I mean, but I'm sitting right after a harpooner, right? It's like not going to be that hard to get Reedstone food. I guess the bigger issue of taking Reedstone food is it allows Esoteric to have the first room, though. Am I comfortable with Esoteric having the first room? I might not be. I don't know that I want to grow last. What am I doing on the wheel here, though? That's kind of the issue. If I take 4 clay, do I force red to just build a fireplace? I don't know that red wants to build a fireplace when they've committed to firewood. That's the other, like, interesting thing going on here. I'm going to take 4 clay to fight for a hearth. I don't know. I could regret this, because giving Reedstone food to green is quite nice. Hey, Aspheric! Just saw chat. Hey, welcome. Hello. Yeah, green slams Reedstone food. Pretty obvious. Hey, that was very, yeah, very smooth for them, so... Red's gonna start player. It's fine. They're not building a hearth or anything. So I get to build hearth and be happy. Wow, committing to dwelling mound. Dwelling mound is not a card I would play here, especially with how many plows we saw in the game. But hey, whatever. It's fine. I definitely just build a hearth. It's not crazy to harpoon here. It is not crazy for purple to just harpoon. Which Oyster Eater stocks are through the roof. It's also not crazy for purple just to play another Ock if they have it, but have I tried Darwin's Journey? You've been more than happy I'm not quite parsing. You're something about more than happy to play that over Agricola, but anyhow, I've not played Darwin's Journey, but I'm glad that you're enjoying it. I've heard some decent things about Darwin's Journey, but then yeah, I've never really dove into it. Darwin's Journey looks like a somewhat. I mean, I'm sure it's not that complicated, but like I've seen it only once or twice in person, and then when I show up to public game nights, it's like, do I want to learn it from this person? And it's like, deeply unclear. So I've not committed to it. I don't love learning things off BGA. And then finally, the other thing is admittedly a decent amount of what convinces me to play games is like, are there tournaments for it at the WBC? Darwin's Journey is not on the list, so like I'm less inclined to like learn it and practice for it at the moment. Now, none of that means that I won't learn games, but like that's a little bit of where I'm at. Anyhow, Oyster Eater stocks are already through the roof. Harpooner already went off again. Reno Prepper's going. I do just get to build my hearth. I love just having the hearth, especially with the early sheep pile going. I'm behind on the room parts fight, but that's okay. Purple's gonna build the first room here. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. Again, I'm okay being a bit slow because this Oyster Eater is gonna be huge, and also the Oyster Eater could mess up my position in the growth queue. And I still think the Champ Breeder could be huge here. So it looks complex, but it's basically just tracks. Yeah. Hey, Alex, thanks so much for the sub. Oyster Eater, let's go. Yeah, the Oyster Eater is gone. Darwin's Journey would be a boring tournament game. Gotcha. Well, so then see, let's like if it's not gonna ever be a tournament game, I'm kind of less interested in general, but it's not impossible. I think purple does have to build here. I don't know what they're thinking about, but I'm slamming 4 wood. I will slam 4 wood and then take the sheep on the wheel to feed. Reedstone food is still on the list to eventually take, but like it is not that important. There's a lot of reed in the game, but I need a lot more wood than I've been taking, so I should start taking wood with high priority. Yeah, I should start taking wood with high priority. So let's do that. If I can wheel Reedstone food and not take the sheep, oh boy, I mean I would also do that in a heartbeat, but I don't know how likely that is. But that would be dreamy. Anyhow, I should probably someday give Darwin's Journey a chance. I know some people like it and it's cool, but again, there's so many games to learn and try and play around with, right? So, like, I don't know. But I'm glad to hear you're having a good time with it. So, just catching up with our hand. This is a fun plan. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know how hard we're going into the champ breeder stuff, but like, we have a champ breeder with. Wow, the fireplace gets built now. That's a little annoying. You're sitting on a 2 wood firewood. I guess 2 wood's good enough. Yeah, I guess 2 wood's good enough. Oh, 2 wood does give you room parts. Never mind. Getting room parts makes a lot of sense. Okay. Getting room parts while building a fireplace is cool. I probably have to take the sheep then, although I'm still tempted by Reedstone Food. I mean, Reedstone Food gives them a slight fork, although green might just start player. We'll figure this out. Um, Sheep Whistle plus Early Cattle plus Stockman. Surely we lean in pretty hard. I actually don't think we lean in that hard. The thing is, Sheep Whistle plus Stockman plus like Early Cattle is a little bit tough to work, right? Like Stockman says I need to build a bunch of stables. Early Cattle says I need a pasture. I still do want a room with this hand, right? I mean, I talked about two rooming this hand, and maybe this is still two rooming. Maybe. But I already took a Reedstone Food, so I kind of think it's not two rooming. I think I'm supposed to build a room. So anyhow, I think there's some wood pressures. I don't think I'm actually stock manning for what it's worth. I don't think I'm stock manning. I think I'd like to sheep whistle plus shepherd's whistle, but like that's still also committing more wood to things that I have. So like I don't know. If early Reno flips 2 room tax collector would be fun. Yeah, maybe, right? Like I agree, that's also a thought, but I don't think that's. I don't know that that's particularly viable. That's actually why I like this hand is fun, but I actually don't know that I love it. I do like the hand quite a bit more, given that we took a speculative oyster eater and somebody played a harpooner in front of us. Uh, that speculative oyster eater looks way better than it. And I think it's making my hand quite a bit better. All right, Reedstone Food goes. That's probably good for me, to be honest. Reedstone Food, I think, was a distraction here. I think the sheep were kind of necessary to get me through stage 2. So I think this is probably good. Also, having one sheep enables Shepherd's Whistle because Shepherd's Whistle is at the start of the breeding phase. So there are scenarios where we do get to be breeding sheep. Although I guess to breed sheep, I have to have room, right? I would have to have 2 stables in order to breed, so like that's awkward. Because I don't really want to build 2 stables, so we'll see. Have I talked about the arena format? Does it get the thumbs up? Interested. I haven't talked about the arena format. The arena, I think it gets. I think it gets a thumb up if we're being like super technical. I don't know that I give it 2 thumbs up, but I mean draft 7 out of 8. I think is a very nice level. I like that. I still don't think you need to ban weak cards, right? So they have the weak card bans on. I kind of like that because there is a lot of riffraff, and removing the riffraff is good, but I don't know. Part of the skill in Agricola is like knowing those cards are bad. I mean, once everybody knows the cards are bad, they fall into the draft, but like, I don't know. A lot of those cards truly have no niche. I don't mind. This is where I'm at. I'm very ambivalent about the weak card ban list, I guess. I don't really care if it's on. I don't really care if it's off. So I don't know. I don't really care either way. Green is start playing, presumably for the next room. Again, in a chairman game, I don't mind that much. I'm a little sad to go last again, but again, I don't really care. My game is not super about being first. My game is just kind of play what's coming. Try to get lots of wood still. The wood is tight. The reed is not tight with what's been going on. Green actually undoes what they're doing though. Okay, and just plays an Ock. That's fine by me too. Who knows? You think the skill is the edge cases, not the clearly bad or good? Sure. This game would have been way better with like a breeder buyer. Yeah. Yeah, again, the one final reason I'm not super thrilled about leaning super hard into Champ Breeder is actually I don't really have pig help. The only pig help I have is a Stockman, but again, if I lean into Stockman, what am I fencing? I don't have wood help in this hand, and I have a lot of wood cost miners. Maybe not a lot of wood cost miners, but like I pretty much have to play Harvest House at some point, right? Like Harvest House is how I get crops. So like I'm probably playing Shepherd's Whistle, but maybe I don't play Shepherd's Whistle. Maybe it's correct just to punt that. But like I'm probably playing Roof Ladder. So I don't know. I have a lot of wood costs. I don't think I can actually. I don't think I'm allowed to use Stockman. Like I don't think I can afford a wood room and stables and fences this game in a timeline that is compatible with Champ Breeder stuff. Um, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, there is some wood injection from some of my. Although I mean, there's wood injection like Bonehead's adding wood, but Harpooner's taking wood away. So like, it's probably pretty net nothing over here. So like, I think wood's kind of tight. So yeah. No growth yet. That's fine. Big fan here. Hey, Zach, thanks. Can we get enough clay to reno and build in clay? Maybe, maybe. I think we should be open to that possibility. Yes, I would agree that we should think about that. Right, like we might get offered 5 clay here, and maybe we have to think about 5 clay into 4 clay to set that up. Because 5 clay into 4 clay is enough clay that we can reno, build a room, and we still have stuff for Harvest House and or studio if we want to. Now, the slight issue there is going to be reed, but I mean, whatever. I am kind of surprised to see Green take 3 reed. What? What? Green start playered into 3 reed and then didn't build a room. That's interesting. That's quite interesting. Reed belt gets played. Okay, so much Reed. I think Green's taking a BMW, which I don't like this Reed belt with this Harpooner. If purple parks in front of you and it's late grow, you might just have to build. Yeah, that's where I'm arguing that I have to take Reedstone food here, right? The fact that purple is committed to parking for growth, I have to Reedstone food here, right? Like, this has just got to be Reedstone food, so that I can, like, in case it's late growth, I need to be able to build first action. Yeah, like you have to be in position to grow second. Um, but yeah, I'm assuming Esoteric is heavy clay support vibes. The Reno Prepper is intriguing on that front, yeah. But if they have clay supports, why did they not SP clay supports, right? Like, what did Esoteric SP? They Esoteric SP to Beating Rod for a reed. If Esoteric has clay supports, just SP the clay supports, right? Like, don't SP a Beating Rod. I don't know what Esoteric has. It's strange. Then maybe not. Yeah. Now we're playing Sower of all things. Like, I don't know what this is. They're not taking clay here? Correct. I don't think it's clay supports, but I don't know what the hell they're doing. Material Deliveryman gets played. I don't even remember what this does. Oh, it gives them a little bit of wood if somebody takes clay. It seems fine. So they really just want BMW. Yeah, but they didn't build it. They didn't build it. So I don't know what's going on. Anyhow, the 5 clay gets taken, but 3 wood is still here for me. I think we're pretty on board. Just build the wood room at this point and take lots of wood, right? Like, let's not overthink this. Like, let's just do this. Yeah, this is good. This enables me to build 2 stables with a room if I want to, which I don't know that I want to. Growth does flip. I think that means that I don't worry about the growth queue much. Why would police myself? Because what if I needed to first action build? I mean, I get your argument here because admittedly now I'm just taking 4 wood, but or I could still take 6 clay actually. 6 clay is kind of tempted because 6 clay also again is enough for Harvest House and Reno. But I think I'm supposed to take as much wood as I'm
literally able to, right? Like there are still scenarios where I just go fence and worry about building a room later. Although yeah, if I'm taking wood, you're right. I shouldn't have blocked my own 6 wood. Although what else was I doing there? I was taking 4 clay. I guess taking 4 clay was fine last action, and then take 6 wood here. Yeah, that maybe was better. I think I'm supposed to just take shit tons of wood. I don't think I'm supposed to care about building a room. Maybe I am supposed to care about building a room though, right? If I build a room, red start players, building a room still moves me up in the growth queue. Room 2 stables into 3 wood seems like the clear line in your opinion. I still have to build first. Yeah, that's what I'm warming up on, dude. You think now it comes down to whether you're leaning into Champ Breeder or not? I think I don't lean into Champ Breeder. I think Oyster Eater is tons of bonus points. I think Champ Breeder is fine if it's 4 points, right? Like, are we sad about a 4-point Champ Breeder this game? I think the answer is not. I think Zach's right. I think room in 2 stables into taking wood into round 7, I can start player Shepherd's Whistle. And, like, our food is then, like, really good. And I'm falling into line for the growth queue. The only mild issue is I might not get 3 wood on the wheel, but that seems kind of unlikely. The main reason I'm saying maybe is because purple, I think there's a decent shot they harpoon, but not sure. Also, 2 stables enables me to fence big later. I almost certainly want to fence big this game. Although if I'm fencing big, I do want an unfenced stable because of Shepherd's Whistle. But that still enables me to I can this still works so that I just get 3 fields this game. Okay, yeah, I think this is yeah. I think this is quite good. Yeah. This seems too good not to do it. Then I get SP? No. What I'm worried about is Oyster Eater. What I'm saying is Oyster Eater actually might be a problem here. If Harpooner harpoons, I'm going to lose a tempo. Not a huge problem, but why do we have to build? If green builds red SPs and we keep our place in the queue, how do we keep our place in the queue? You think I get away with start build? I don't know that I get away with start build. Like, if green builds and red starts, next round red grows, I have to SP into build. There's a shot that there are shots other people are going to be ready to build by that point, right? I mean, I'm not sure that's true, but all right. Anyhow, I do get wood. I do get wood guaranteed, right? If they harpoon, I guaranteed get wood. If they don't harpoon, I still get wood. Cool. The annoying thing is if they first action fish next round. I didn't consider that possibility. If they first action fish next round, that's going to be annoying. Hopefully they have better things to do, like 3 stone. But first action fishing would be a mess. I'm still fine. That's cool. Anyhow, Alex, I guess I don't know that we have to build there, but I do think building there makes things a lot safer. I'm pretty far on the pro end of don't F around with the queue if you don't need to. Like, if I had a really strong reason, fine. Maybe I could get funky with the queue. But I don't have a good enough reason to get funky with the queue there, in my opinion. Like, don't mess around with the queue too much. You'll eventually get burned. Veg vendor, that's cute. Probably going to build the other hearth. Although, still, why are we not building BMW? Green is doing too many things, in my opinion. This is kind of a classic problem with, like, slightly weaker players, is, like, they have a few too many game plans all at once. Like, what's this calcium fertilizer sower business doing? What's this Reno prepper doing? What's this veg vendor doing? Why did we take a ton of reed? Like, we're kind of all over the place. We still don't have our food sorted. You have a lot of resources, but they're not, like, getting invested into things yet. But we'll see. There's still plenty of time for them to, like, piece it all together. But amen to not messing around with the queue. Yeah, look, like,
Not messing around with the queue is a very important lesson. Like you will get burned in the game sometimes if you get too cute. So let's not get too cute. Start player Shepherd's Whistle is the super obvious move for us. Like it's a thing I want to do very badly. Uh, Admittedly, this Harvest House is getting a little awkward because I don't know when my next I don't know when the Harvest House balances out, but yeah. Um, by the way, blue does already have room parts again, right? Like this is the argument for why we had to build last round because like what if I try to start like if I try to start build now, there's a decent chance that Raymond just like builds a room, right? Like so I think there is an argument that we had to build last round. But also, like, this is too clean of a position to mess around with. Like, I'm I'm gonna grow third, but I have breeding sheep with a shepherd's whistle set up. Like, it's hard to be sad about that. Is this just a hearth? And you're gonna no, it's gonna be BMW with the veg vendor. Okay, totally valid. You do want the BMW. The two stables in the start with the shepherd's whistle, lovely. Yeah, that part's great. Like getting our breeding sheep down here is great. I would have loved 3 wood on the wheel. I super want to keep taking wood, but 3 stone is kind of tempting, but I think it's a big distraction. I don't think my hand needs 3 stone. I might want 2 reed just to set up for renos. Although wait, no, I don't even need reed for renos. I need a reed for harvest house, I guess. Guess for harvest house. I might just take a bunch of sheep here, right? Just take the food. Red didn't take it. I'm gonna have a lot of food, but also like I don't know that I have other good actions here. I already missed the cow from Stockman too. Yeah, I think Stockman just doesn't care. I think we care about taking lots of wood. If you take sheep, remember to keep a stable empty. Yes, thanks. Thank you. 3 stone does get taken. All right, so yeah. The big decision point here, I guess, is what am I growing with? And I guess, like, I'm going to grow a roof ladder still, right? Roof ladder is fine. I mean, spending the wood on roof ladder is a little bit painful. Am I actually playing Harvest House for... I might not be playing Harvest House. What if we throw Harvest House out the window and I just have to manually take crops late in the game? That might be fine. The only other option here that looks even remotely reasonable is plowing, but plowing seems wrong. 2 reed continues to be okay-ish, but if I'm playing roof ladder, it's really not. Roof ladder's more than fine? Yeah. You kind of need the food for next stage. I mean, I have shepherd's whistle breeding sheep nonsense, so I don't know that I need the food for next stage, but I think you're right that just taking the food is fine. Taking a 6 food action and like we're like very fed for a while. I think just being very fed for a while is really good. But now that I have shepherd's whistle and breeding sheep going, I have 4 food to harvest. But I mean that is only 4 food to harvest, so like I guess it's fine just to be super fed, but like we're quite fed now, but I guess being quite fed's good. Red is gonna have to start. Well, red's gonna upgrade to a hearth soon to get more wood. Oh, and vegetables. Wait, and vegetable slicing, upgrading a fireplace to a hearth. Oh wow. Oh please, hearth block. Come on, green. Hearth block. Hearth block. Hearth block. Oh wait, you're building a room. But yeah, red is gonna first action hearth next round, right? Like red wants a hearth so bad. Hearth comes with 6 wood and a vegetable. That's a hell of an action. You're fed but not overfed. It's gonna come in very handy. Yeah, I think you're probably right. I think you're probably right. Harpooner goes off, makes total sense. Oyster Eater gets its point. Again, without any actual penalty for us, so that's nice. Raymond does have a lot of resources. Wood looks quite contested going forward. I have to continue being very aggressive on taking wood.
Raymond's looking very scary. Yeah, I'm with you. Raymond's game looks pretty spooky. Um, yeah, fully agree. Raymond has a lot of food, etc. Um, I don't know that I can do a lot to hurt Raymond's game though. Like I have to just keep taking lots of wood. Like I also don't like. I think Raymond needs wood. I think I just need lots of wood. But you don't get why green built last round. Oh, that's a good point, right? Because now, like, they could have waited. Yeah, I don't know either. I don't really like Green's game overall, so don't ask me to figure out what they're up to. I am gonna still play this roof ladder, but I'm gonna reiterate that I don't love spending wood. I have a slight wood shortage, but oh, it is gonna be hearth block, hearth block, hearth block. Yeah, hearth block. I mean, I who really cares? But I kind of care, I guess. Why should red get a ton of wood? But you think you would have just played the retraining to save the wood? That's very reasonable. There's a lot of read in the game, so like I don't blame you for going that route. I definitely don't blame you. I slam 3 wood here if I'm allowed to. I slam 3 wood the rest of the game if I'm allowed to. Um, like we are in pretty dire wood situation. I will take 4 clay if I don't get 3 wood. 4 clay is like sets up a reno. But yeah, 3 wood gets taken. Very expected. Very expected. Give me 4 clay, because what else am I doing here? But yeah, the fact that I can't fence anytime soon looks like a big problem. So why is Raymond so spooky? BMW's gone. They have a point every time they harpoon. They aren't growing again for a while. When you say they're not growing for a while, I mean, they're probably growing around 10 still. I mean, I agree they're not getting a BMW, but like they don't really need a BMW to feed. I guess you're right that they have way too much reed. Like Raymond has way too much reed because of reed belt harpooner. Uh, I don't know. Raymond just has a lot of resources at grew first. I agree they're not jumping anybody, but even without jumping anybody, I think they're still in a very good spot. I mean, green and red are just clearly not in good spots. So then the question is like, is our game good enough to compete with Raymond? And the big issue for me is Raymond can belligerently take wood in front of me. Yeah, like they have wood and food, and the problem is like I'm not gonna have wood. No one else has wood and food. Correct. I have food but no wood, and the other players like yeah, like red doesn't have food. Yeah, like I kind of agree. I think the problem too is Raymond can keep taking wood in front of me. So like Raymond can really just punish the thing that I'm weak at, and I don't really have an answer around that, right? Like I don't I can't score points without getting a bunch of wood to put fences down. And I don't think I'm getting a bunch of wood. Let's get tax collected ASAP. I think tax collector is potentially an out for us. Yeah, I agree. I think we might have to be working on tax collecting. I agree we have roof ladder, but like we still aren't tax collected until round 11, right? Like I don't have to I don't get to renovate. Raymond's taking a well here, by the way, which is totally fine. But like, right? I can renovate in 9 and 10, but that means I'm not tax collecting until round 11. So like I agree that I think we might be tax collecting for wood because we're that desperate. And like we need to do that. And at least renovating is a path to points, because what else am I doing in the meantime? But I still don't think it's particularly fast or great. I agree, we're competitive. I think we're still in the game. I don't think we're out of the game, because we at least have food. Like we've set up a very strong food option. And the oyster eater is still big. But like I think there's reasons to be nervous still, overall. But Raymond also threw all their wood away for another I mean, Raymond just used a bunch of wood for a room, so like everybody's going to be kind of slow on fences except red. But Raymond's game's not particularly strong. Where's all this wood they have? Yeah, I mean the fact that Raymond just built a wood room, I think, is a mistake. I I think Raymond should have been looking ahead to building a clay room here. I think that would have been smarter for Raymond, but. Um, you think the room was good? Okay, interesting.
I would have been very tempted to build clay room if I was them, but I agree that them getting growth is also just very good. So anyhow, I slammed 3 wood, fishing net with harpooner. That's cute. Although, does that even work? That's just a read to a point. We're playing that for a point, right? That's just a read to a point. Or that does add food. I don't know. Whatever. This SP you're not sure about? I agree. Also, pitchfork I'm very not sure about. Um, excuse me? Pitchfork? That looks like you're throwing a wood away. Throwing a wood away, I'm deeply unsure. Well, I guess you had bonehead, so it's sort of free, but I don't know. I don't think they need to. I guess they're worried about red building rooms, so they want to lock up their growth. But hey, whatever. I'm slamming. I am taking 3 wood every chance I get. Are you crazy for thinking 3 wood's not the right action? You think I should just renovate? You think the reno's more important? You think the pigs are more important? Do you think the pigs were more important? I'm open to the pigs were better. Open to an argument about the pigs. What was your argument though? 2 pig sheep agent and then reno. Okay. Um. Maybe pig's wheel. Uh, not necessarily, but if the pigs wheel, it is very tempting to take pigs and then play sheep agent. Pig sheep agent looks quite good. Now, not renovating is maybe a mistake. Is it ever? Is it ever pigs? Can it ever be pigs? Reno, and then sheep agent can come next round. Pigs Reno is better because yeah, the Reno tempo is important. Having the pigs on, I'm on board with the pigs are actually really important. I'm on board with the pigs being very important. Because it's hard for me to like 2 pigs is a huge action for my game. I don't have a way to cheat them out later. I'm Renoing Nada. No big deal. Missing out on some sheep breeding. Yeah, I agree. Missing out on some sheep breeding is not a problem. Also, yeah, admittedly, sheep agent might be unnecessary depending on how fast we get this off. I'm Renoing Nada. That's the part I don't like, right? I guess Renoing retraining. We're missing out on both breeding? Correct, we are. We're missing out on both breeds. That's why I'm working out if this is actually that important, but also what else am I doing? We could eat the sheep fully and then not breed sheep until 13. I see, yeah. Why shepherd's whistle a sheep? Why shepherd's whistle a sheep when we can breed a pig? Just breed pigs. And then we're just setting up for a 4-point champ breeder, but 4-point champ breeder is pretty huge. Okay. Yeah, no, I actually think that's a I think that's a I think that's a I think that is good. Shepherd's whistle the sheep, but eat it. Oh yeah, we're allowed to do that. We are allowed to do that. Okay, I know that sounds great. I mean, we are potentially overfed then, but you know, whatever. Being overfed is better than some of the alternatives of our current situation. I do think 2 pigs is like, yeah, pretty important because we just can't guarantee them later. Red is still not fencing, which I do think red. There's a shed builder. Okay. Um, so red is gonna build a room and a bunch of stables, and just nobody's gonna fence. You think we want tax collector ASAP? Yeah, I'm on board with us wanting tax collector ASAP. To be clear, I'm pretty on board with that actually just being very important. Um, I guess I just play retraining here for a point. We have tons of food, so retraining is yeah a free point. So that seems great. I'm on board with tax collecting being very important. So yeah, like my next round is hopefully take wood, renovate tax collector. Uh, yeah, that looks actually quite good.
That looks quite good, actually, right? If we get that set up, we're gonna still set up for a 4-point champ breeder. I think this is fine. Do we ever fence next round and run out early cattle? I don't think so. Sheep agent was better, you think now? Why was sheep agent better? Explain. I don't understand. Why is sheep agent suddenly better? Because then we can champ breeder next stage for a point and get harvest house down on a reno. I play sheep agent, then I play champ breeder. But when am I getting my fences? When am I getting wood for fences? I don't know. I think this hand. I think I am like very required to figure out how to get wood. I think my game is completely just toast if I don't have enough wood by like round 13. And everybody needs a ton of wood. Like, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe red is not gonna build a room, but I don't know. I think red is about to punt all. Like, I think nobody has wood for fences. Like, Raymond's gonna build another room to protect growth. That's totally fine. Sheep agent makes it okay to fence late. Yeah, I suppose that's true. Whatever. I'm taking 4 wood now. I'm gonna just be happy doing what I'm doing. But you have some points, but and I do agree that it's kind of bad that I'm not harvest housing. But whatever. That's later me problems. I'm on board. I'm on team take all the wood. Like, how is how is Raymond ever gonna fence? Like, is Raymond's game scary anymore? I don't know. Like, if they never fence, I'm less scared. I mean, there is still wood. Like, they'll eventually fence probably, but maybe. Cows have already flipped. That's fine. Take wood's 100% correct now. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not passing on 4 wood. Raymond not taking big wood stacks 2 rounds in a row seems bad. I mean, I'm fully on board. Raymond not taking 4 wood there is absolutely ludicrous to me. Like, who cares if Red is going to build a room? Like, you do not need your 5th family member as much as you need a 4 wood action, right? Wow, steam plow. We hate wood, everybody. Everybody hates wood. Wood sucks. News alert. Wood sucks, everybody. You thought it was good? You were wrong. Wood is bad. It's news to me also, for what it's worth. I thought wood was good, but the general strategist hogging wood is good. Yeah, wood looks good. Red has wood until he builds a room in 4 stables. Yeah, or until he starts steam plowing. Like until he starts steam plowing. Ooh, store of experience. Wait a second. Do I want? I get a clay? I mean, hey, a clay is. Wait a sec. No. Can anybody else renovate? Nobody can renovate? Oh, team. This is hilarious. I get to play tax collector and then renovate a reed, and that reed can eventually be my harvest house reed. This is actually a great card. Right? Is there anything else for me better to do? I mean, I don't actually want the cows yet. I do want this tax collector. The renovate looks really clean. Admittedly, the tax collector could eventually get me the reed, but what else am I renovating, right? What else am I renovating here? Nothing. The answer is I'm not renovating anything else. That store of experience is like, yeah, we're happy. We're happy to see a store of experience. Let's go. Double checking nobody's renovating on me. Wait a sec. At any time, you can move the reed to your supply or exchange it for. Okay. Technically, I could get reno blocked by green. Green could take the reed off sower. That seems kind of insane. I'm gonna do this, but next round we play Sheep Agent and SP Harvest House. That sounds cool. You haven't calced it, but Harvest House just asked me, correct? Yeah, that does. It sure does sound correct. Because what else am I doing next round? Again, getting Harvest House down is just huge, right? Also, SP in Harvest House next round sounds awesome, but like other people are probably gonna fight for SP next round. But if green chooses to Reno here, I guess I just Ock again, right? It'd be a bit sad, but I can afford to just Ock again. It'll mess up my store of experience plan, but like, whatever. Um, yeah, things seem okay here. I mean, I obviously want Renovate. I really hope Green doesn't decide to freaking sower into Reno here. It doesn't seem great for them, but admittedly, I guess I haven't been paying attention to what else they want to do. I mean, just plowing some more seems reasonable for them, but Green's game seems like their food's a little bit of a mess, but it's not horrible. Yeah, okay, they're just gonna take a bunch of clay. It's fine. Build a pottery, do something, I don't care. Red's gonna take some animals finally to eat. That makes plenty of sense. I'm obviously gonna renovate. Unless Raymond fishes, which is totally valid. Yep, okay, I have to skip my person. You have no idea why they have Reno Prepper in play. Because they want to get more clay. Yeah, I don't know. They like Reno Prepper. And yeah, we do have this Oyster Eater now makes our we have to sweat out the Reno again for another round. I still don't think Esoteric should renovate here, but oh nope, they are. They're gonna do it. Shit. Uh all right. We got Oyster 8. Fair enough. Fair enough, team. We did this to ourselves. That happens. Reno Pottery. Yeah, and then Sower gets a read back. Okay, you know what? Yeah, that's not that bad. It's reasonable enough for them. All right, slight bummer there. Green's not a bad player at all. Yeah, no, I agree. They're rated pretty well. Oof, and we get Ock blocked. All right, Oyster Eater finally cost us. Oyster Eater finally cost us a bit. Uh, that's fine. I mean, Oyster Eater was likely to eventually cost us something, right? Like that's how it goes. Oh, Red's undoing though. We like that. We like that, Red. I would like to Ock. I do love to Ock. Also, why is nobody plowing? There were so many plows in the draft. I thought people were gonna have so many fields. Nobody wants fields. Fields suck. Nobody wants fences either. Farms suck. Farming sucks. Rooms and renovate. That's how you win. Anyhow, yeah, us getting blocked on tax collecting there is a bit of a bummer, but I think it's okay because I think I can set up to just renovate Harvest House, and Reno Harvest House still sounds pretty damn legit next round. Right? It does mean that I'm actually taking a read action, but it seems fine. It's not great, but also like a read action to enable Harvest House, and like also what else am I could plow here myself, but I could just take a read. Mountain Plowman seems very unnecessary, especially with your dwelling mound, but whatever. Uh, Maybe you're gonna start steam plowing. I don't know. Okay. So if I just the real question is, do I have any good reason to take 2 read over Reedstone Food? And I think the answer is I don't. Right? 2 read looks like it gives me an extra read to eventually build a stone room to play studio. Both of those things seem unnecessary. So I take a Reedstone Food. Next round, I try to take wood, and then I try to Ock into Reno. Depending on what the pressures are, I really do want a Reno Harvest House next round. Yeah. If you play this card, the number of completed harvests is equal to the number of occupations you've played. We have completed 3 harvests. I need 3 ox down. Okay. Totally fine. Alright. Why would blah 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 plow? They have an easy plow every round. Yeah, for -2 wood. But they are going to steam plow. We've set up a combo. Yeah, wow. Like, ugh. Like, you have to pay 2 food for the thing, and you get 2 food back. So, like, I guess it's okay, but you don't have food either. Like, ugh, your game. Also, you don't have wood. You're gonna throw all your wood away to sheds. Oh, nobody has wood. No wood. All right, red opens wood because, of course, what like wood is the yeah like, and this is the problem with Raymond's game. Like, yay Raymond, you have a million actions, but like we're just gonna use our actions to take 2 wood, I guess. I mean, fair enough. Uh, I really would like. I have no like God. There's so many animals. You enjoy the wood type games? They're fun to navigate. I agree. To be clear, I actually like the wood type games too. To be clear, I'm making a stink about them, but I agree. I think it's good. Uh, yeah, okay. Let us just do the Ock into Reno Harvest House stuff, right? Let's not mess around. Let's not mess around and let's just do it. Alternatively, the messing around line is to start player here, right? Start player here because we get plow, sow, or growth. We start player here, and then we assume we can still get Ock into Reno. How many ways could that go wrong? Raymond is not renovating this round. Esoteric is not renovating this round. Red would have to do pretty insane things to renovate this round, and those insane things are take 2 clay into renovate and ignore the obvious shed builder crap they're setting up. Also, their food might not even allow that. No, I think it's actually pretty safe, right? It's pretty safe that I get Reno back. It's pretty safe that I get Ock back. Admittedly, this SP is kind of a throwaway, though. Wait a sec. This SP is a throwaway. I don't like that. I don't like that. Nah, let's just get our Ock down. I am actually playing the Sheep Agent here, but yeah, the Sheep Agent is fine to hold a sheep. Maybe it's supposed to just be the Champ Breeder already, but maybe. This is maybe still wrong, because, like, being last would be bad, but if I wheel start player, now I have Alk Lab, which is a lot better than not. And I am going to wheel start player, because Red's going to build, and Raymond's presumably going to grow, so that's good. Green was always taking cows, so this was never too bad. Why was Green always taking cows? Just because they were that hungry? I'm not convinced Green was that hungry, right? Like, they wanted food, but they also have veg vendor shenanigans and or taking reed. Like, I don't know that Green was always taking cows. I think Green starting was fine. There's still 2 pigs on the board too. But anyhow, yeah, this works out. This works out nicely. This works out nicely. Indeed, Red did have the restraint not to build a room. Red did just build the stables, did not build the room. I mean, I think that's very correct. Like, I think they want to eventually fence, but 2 points for food seems very good. You normally consider 2 cows a premium action. Shh. Them taking 2 cows, very reasonable, reasonably probable. I just think always is a big stretch. Like, I mean, by your math, 2 pigs is a 3 food, 2-point action, right? Like, it's only 1 food worse. Like, if Green had other desires here, like, I'm not disagreeing that it was a very good action for Green. I think if Green had a decent minor, I think start player for Green was like totally justifiable if they had something that they wanted to play. Also, like Green eventually has to worry about this, so like at a certain point they are gonna have to start. Uh, Raymond gets the pitchfork off. Raymond does have a lot of food. This harpooner's not. This harpooner's probably not going to go that much more, but it's still going to be a 5 point oyster eater. I have to assume by the end of the game. So, is there any Reno pressure? There's not. No Reno pressure is good. We can Elk Lab. Actually, wait. I don't even Elk Lab here, right? I should Harvest House here in case somehow I wind up not renovating, right? I can reno the Elk Lab, but not getting the Harvest House down would be very bad. Yeah. The Harvest House is huge points. It's worth 2 points on its own. It gives me the grain and the veg that I'm otherwise never taking. Yes. Too important to ignore that. We're ready to tax collect, which is good. We're going to get plow sow or family growth. Both of those are pretty legit. People are not taking 2 wood yet. That's actually slightly surprising, but there's too many actions left. People are going to take these 2 wood actions. Do I ever open 3 wood next round just to get up to 12 wood and then just fence? I don't know. That's an interesting. That's an interesting thought. Also, of like, is it that important for me to fence that I just open 3 wood fences, take a cow? It might be worth it to just do that, but I mean, God, if grow flips, like it's got to just be grow. We have tax collector. I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out. Fair always was too strong. Yeah. That's I look. I quibble about too many things, but I mean I have this fight reasonably often with like Andrew Martin. He's the type of gamer that like loves to throw out always and never, and I don't know. I am more. I try to be more precise with my discussion of where things are at or what people should be doing. So. Um, Raymond continues to hate wood. Like Raymond has taken crops now, still not taking 2 wood. I don't. I mean, Raymond's gonna build a. I do think Raymond's gonna try to get a like fields and crops going. And they certainly have a big family, big house, but I don't know. If I'm him, I would be worrying about my ability to fence. But maybe he can win without fences. He does have a lot of actions on me, so we'll see. Never use always is what you're saying. Got it. Yeah. Hello, yes, welcome to the chat. Glad to have you here. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Tax collector certainly is helpful here. When other people are using actions to take 2 wood, tax collector is sort of like we just grew to a 4th family member. It's a pretty late 4th family member, but hey, beggars can't be choosers and all that, right? Like we got to be happy enough that we can eke some stuff out here. Everybody has to be scrambling to make farms. Everybody wants fields. Everybody wants wood. Like this looks okay for us. Raymond has a lot of actions, right? Like that's the spooky thing. Like Raymond's at 16 points and has 5 actions. Raymond is quite fed. The only good news, in my opinion, is like Raymond is eventually going to set up a big reno, but like Raymond has a lot of actions that are going to start doing not a lot, right? Like, what are we going to do with all these actions? Like, there's not wood to take. Without having fences down, you can't really use your actions to take animals. So, what are we doing? There's not really major improvements left, right? There's ovens. There are ovens left. Raymond's still competitive. Your game looks great compared to the other players. I think I'm still only competitive with Raymond for what it's worth. I think green is out of the game, like, completely. I think red is largely doomed. Red's game looks only okay. I just don't see how red scores enough. But yeah, I think my game's in a pretty good spot. I mean, I don't know that I'm getting a huge champ breeder off here. Also, I need to rearrange my animals. Yeah, I do need to rearrange my animals. Need to open up the shepherd's whistle. Definitely need to remember to open up shepherd's whistle here. Did I already feed? Did I make a mistake? I already fed. Uh, please tell me Shepherd's Whistle. Oh shit. No, I already lost Shepherd's Whistle, didn't I? Damn it. That's really bad. That's really annoying. Oh wait, no, I do have a sheep. Wait, no. Okay, I do have a sheep. No, no. There we go. Give me the sheep. Wait, no. Sheep. Ugh. No, game, no. Why? Why Shepherd's Whistle? No. Give me my sheep. No. Damn it. Yeah, I went through feeding too fast. Did it give me a chance in the feeding phase, though, or did it just auto feed me? That's so annoying. Okay, so I had to. Here's the thing: it didn't actually ask me to feed, though, did it? Or did I click? I see. That's what I don't remember. I might have just stupidly clicked through it too fast. But also, like, I'm not sure it actually asked me if I wanted to do anything in the feeding phase. Do I have auto feed on? I don't think I do, but maybe I do. But also, even if I have auto feed on, Shepherd's Whistle should turn auto feed off. But whatever, it's fine. Ah, I do have auto feed on, but to me, Shepherd's Whistle is a special exchange. I know that's a bit of an argument, but if you're not going to let me Shepherd's Whistle during the breeding phase, like if I have Shepherd's Whistle and I don't get triggered at the start of the breeding phase, I don't know. It's fine, but that was bad. That's very unfortunate. That was very unfortunate. Not getting the opportunity to Shepherd's Whistle is pretty damn annoying. Uh, I would take 2 wood here. I would take 2 wood here, probably. Yeah. I think I take 2 wood, right? Like, I need wood. I need wood just as bad as everybody else does. 2 sheep is an okay action. A cow is an okay action. We hit plow sow rather than growth, so that's kind of a bummer. Raymond takes the 3 stones so they can renovate. That's fine. Do I ever fence 11? I think no. I think fence 13 is acceptable, but I think fence 11 is not acceptable. So this is a borderline case for the arguments about whether the game would be helping people too much. You hate to say it, but you actually think the current implementation is right on this one. I'm gonna like heavily disagree. The reason that I'm gonna heavily disagree here is that I'm largely with you about the game shouldn't play itself too much. Except here's the thing I'm gonna argue. The game already kind of does, right? It tries to highlight like so many things for you each harvest nowadays. It tries to remind people so much of the abilities they have on their cards. So if you're gonna do that for some cards and some things, you can't people need to have a baseline expectation of how things are going to behave. So like also you need to actually have a chance to do things, right? So like I don't know. I'm supposed to remember Shepherd's Whistle during my third action, it turns out. Or I should just not be using the auto feed option. But you want you want people to want to use the automation things to make the game go faster, right? Like collectively we would all rather the game go faster than to me not have auto feed on and every game have to like sit and like work out all my cards. But that's my argument. It's fine ultimately, but I don't think this situation is better for behaving this way. But missing that Shepherd's Whistle is actually pretty damn brutal. It's pretty brutal, pretty bad, but alas. Hey, welcome Hades. Green is fence building. That's fine. I'm definitely tax collecting 2 wood and fencing 13 next round. My ideal next round is probably fence 13, take a cow, play champ breeder for a point. But it's just gonna be so sad that I messed up that sheep breed because it's gonna cost me a point. It's gonna cost me multiple sheep. That food might wind up mattering. So that all sucks. Looks like Raymond's gonna get plow so. I think we're just losing to Raymond. I think our game's not like that good, right? We're cruising to like we're gonna cruise to like low 40s. I don't think low 40s is winning compared to Raymond. I think Raymond is gonna make mid 40s or above, but we'll see. Have we discussed the new Agricola Kickstarters coming this year? There's a special edition by Arcade Wonders and then a zombie version. I don't know that I've super discussed them actually. Yeah. So, uh, the zombie version is really strange to me. I mean, I kind of like the idea of a riff on Agricola, right? Agricola is such a good game. Like, why not have riffs on it? Like, I mean, Caverna is the wrong direction to go, right? But I'm glad somebody experimented with Caverna. Uh, Certainly, like the Terra Mystica system is showing you can iterate on it. Azul has iterated on it. Great Western Trail has iterated on central concepts. So I don't think there's any good reason why you can't like iterate upon Agricola. Now, with that said, I mean, part of iterating upon Agricola is like, well, just introduce a bunch more cards, right? Like, we don't have to mess with the mechanics of Agricola. We can just release lots of different expansions. Uh, but ultimately, yeah, I think riffs on Agricola are fine. I don't trust the people making the riff on Agricola to do anything well. I don't need to go too deep on it, but I have pretty low I have pretty low trust that is it Arcade Wonders? Is that the company? That sounds like the wrong company, right? It's Awaken Realms. Awaken Realms. I have pretty low trust in Awaken Realms to understand what makes games good. Awaken Realms excels at understanding how to make games look exciting or how to make like premium editions of games that gamers want to buy. They understand that there is a niche in the upper end of the hobby where people have a pretty large, just like decent sized disposable income, and they would like to be able to buy super fancy versions of their game. They know how to like sell big collector's editions. They know how to manufacture big collector's editions that excite people. That's where they excel. I don't think they excel in any way at making good games. In terms of like understanding game design, understanding what makes the games tick. I don't. So like they've announced that they're working with UA on some type of mini expansion for Agricola too, with like canals and irrigation. I have zero trust that that's going to be good. I don't really think Uwe actually knows. I think Uwe is a bit Lord of the Manor for Raymond. Interesting. Anyhow, I don't think Uwe actually particularly knows how to make great games either, for what it's worth. Well, that's not a stretch. Uwe knows how to make pretty good games. Uwe got lucky that Agricola is as good as it is, and Uwe definitely does not understand the competitive Agricola scene or how to like excel at that. So that's a really good Acorns basket. It's a very dubious Lord of the Manor. Like, what is Raymond gonna max out? Veggies? Like, again, Raymond has a ton of actions and not a lot to do with them. But um, anyhow, the Puerto Rico one looks great. Yeah, you're a huge fan of expansions. At some point, it becomes overly bloaty. Correct. Also, too many expansions makes games. I lean towards very pure in games, but even then, like an expansion or two in a game can be totally reasonable, but eventually it gets to be too much. Anyhow, ultimately, the answer is I think Awakened Realms is going to make a very nice looking Agricola. I think if you use their version to just play Agricola, it's going to be pretty damn awesome. It's going to be fun, cool. Do I have any real faith in the like special edition part of like whatever mini expansion they're making for base Agricola? No, I have like no faith in that. And do I have any faith in their ability to make a good zombie theme Agricola? No, I don't. Is it possible it's good? Sure. It's definitely possible. But it's way harder to make great games than people, I think, realize. Like, for example, I don't think Uwe's made anything as good as Agricola, and he's certainly been pumping plenty of games out. I don't think the Terra Mystica guys have made anything better than Terra Mystica, despite trying. A much more recent example for Beyond the Sun, they just released Beyond the Horizon. Is it better? It's I don't. I would argue it's not. Wow, there's a mini pasture in this game. Okay, Raymond having a mini pasture in hand is very, very bummer. That's a huge out for the wood tightness this game has had. It's still not entirely saving him, but I think it's a huge boon. I did not know there's a mini pasture in this game. Him hiding the mini pasture this long is also pretty huge because like I don't want it anymore. Uh, but yeah, that sucks. Okay, I think I'm still supposed to fence here, right? I think I'm still supposed to fence. Just get my fences out of the way. I mean, otherwise I'm offered grow here. I have to actually think about this. Is growing actually correct? I mean, like, the thing is, I wheel fences, right? It just means that I'm not playing Champ Breeder. But Champ Breeder at this point is a 3-point card. Why do I care about a 3-point card when I can take a 3-point grow action, right? I guess the answer is I can't, right? I can't possibly care. Yeah, I'm not allowed to care. How do I feed? Okay, we're actually slightly awkward on the feeding part, but I guess I just eat the stupid sheep from Shepherd's Whistle, but ugh. We fence 13 here. Yeah. You're gonna disagree that Uwe doesn't know how to make great games? That's fair. If there is an F deck though that is not backward compatible, that's gonna be awkward. Yeah, I don't know that I'm expecting them to make new cards. To be clear, I don't think anywhere they've announced they're going to make new cards. What is going to be awkward is it increasingly seems like the other thing is like at one point they made mention that it was going to like include all cards, and people were like, "Really? Every card ever published?" Increasingly, I think it looks like that's actually not what they're doing. I think they've clarified that they're curating a list of cards out of all the cards that have ever been published. But they're going to now create a new like Frankenstein deck structure that like I think. I mean, we don't know what they're going to do, but it looks like they're going to just kind of grab whatever cards they think are good. And I also again don't really trust. I definitely don't trust Uwe, and I really don't trust them to understand like what cards to be grabbing. But who knows? Who knows? Raymond's going to get a big Plousseau next round. It certainly looks good for him. I think I have to fence now. Fence now seems too clean not to do. What else is there to do? Fence 13 certainly is correct. Yeah, fence 13 is certainly correct. And then let's instantly move some animals around just so that we don't forget Shepherd's Whistle again, everybody. Because forgetting Shepherd's Whistle is costing us, like, I don't even know. I don't even want to think about it, but forgetting Shepherd's Whistle has cost us, like, probably 2 points, which is pretty brutal. You're prepared to hand over basically all your money on this new edition. Totally fine. Look, there's going to be a lot of people that are excited for the new edition, a lot of people that are going to enjoy the new edition, and that's great. People should. People should absolutely go explore it, and I suspect a lot of people are going to enjoy it. I think it's going to bring a couple people into Agricola even further. I think it probably is going to be awesome for a lot of people. There's a decent chance I wind up with a copy of it, to be clear. But I'm not particularly excited about it, and I'm not hugely excited about it. I don't super trust the individuals behind it to be. I don't trust them to be making a better game of Agricola. I trust that they're going to make a better looking like version. It's going to be a very pretty version, a very cool version of on the table. That's what I trust them to do. I don't think I think the chance that the gameplay is like somehow better or more interesting is minuscule. But to be fair, I don't really think that's their goal. So like it's fine. But it also may be more expensive than was hoped. Yeah, correct. Tariff world is also a bit crazy right now. So We'll see how that goes for them. Thunderbolt, hey, more grain sheets or more wood sheets. Why would there not be more wood sheets this game that I don't know about? Red's game certainly looks better with Thunderbolt. I thought the game was very wood tight. It's slightly less wood tight. Red is set up to do a big Reno fence, and they're going to get it. Yeah, I don't know that we're even beating Red, right? Like, we're not guaranteed to beat Red here. Um, we're definitely, like, I'm definitely in some trouble. Raymond could easily take a cow right now. Looks very reasonable for Raymond to take a cow. But he's going to grain seeds and keep feeding that way. Sure. Nope, he's thinking better about it. Yeah. Um, I might just oyster eater myself here because I need a little bit of food. Uh, it looks like Raymond's sort of tried to not ever do it again. I don't know. I don't. Nah, Raymond probably needs to harpoon once more in this game. But okay, he leaves the cow to me. I will take the cow. The cow's a 2-point action. I'll eat a veg in the harvest probably. Like I'm not getting plow so um, I have some food issues for next round, but I also have 4 actions. I can tax collect 2 wood, so that opens up building a joinery. I will have a 2-point. I will have a 2-point champ breeder as an option. Uh, yeah, I'll have a 2-point champ breeder as an option next round. I can first action grow again, which is probably 3 points loosely. Food wise, it's gonna be a little awkward. Although, wait, I could just eat I could just eat a cow to pig next round. I mean, eating the cow is a point, but whatever. Anyhow, you still have no idea why they didn't just ask Agricola people to make the decks for them. Like the stream would do a great job for free. Correct. Pretty much every. It's kind of baffling to me. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of publishers don't seem to want to lean into their expert community for help in curating stuff. And I have a couple thoughts on this. First thought is, admittedly, there's actually very few. A lot of people pay lip service to wanting depth and wanting balance, but there's actually very few people that truly care about it, right? Most people want the illusion of balance. They don't actually want balance, right? Very few players are actually going to play a game dozens of times and like figure out true balance. They want the game. They want the game to feel balanced in their like 5th play, but that's often a different experience than saying a game is actually balanced. Like wanting so like yeah, it's weird. So some of what publishers are doing to balance a game and make it is actually more so to make it feel balanced for people who are only going to play it a couple dozen, like play it a dozen times max. So they don't actually care that much about the top level like competitive play side of things. That doesn't really make them money, and they don't really care. So I actually think it's kind of fair for a lot of publishers not to actually worry about that. I think a lot of people that are in these competitive communities and in expert level communities that want to help balance the game for top level play also do mildly forget about how the game feels like initially or for the early plays. And that is really what like publishers are actually trying to make correct. Do I eat a grain here, by the way? Wait a second. Am I ever sowing grain? Let's slow down a second. I'm never sowing grain, correct? When am I sowing grain? Am I ever building an oven? No. I should eat a raw grain here, right? Eating a veg is committing to losing a point, whereas eating these raw grain is not. I'm not sowing this grain. I guess I could manually take a grain for a point, but again, I have a veggie already in hand. Let's do this. I don't know. I have too many thoughts. Anyhow, yeah, back to publishers and experts. So yeah, I think experts sometimes lose sight of the fact that publishers have incentives to also try to make the game feel balanced or just appear accessible at first. And so that's a slightly conflicting problem of working with like expert playtesters. With that said, I think a lot of publishers should lean into wanting competitive communities. I think publishers undervalue how much, while competitive communities are not actively they're not actively like buying or purchasing games anymore. I'd like to think the fact that there is competitive community and that these games continue to get played and talked about and content gets produced for them, I'd like to think that drives sales and interest in a game, right? Like, I think people still talking about and playing Agricola and people still talking about and playing Terra Mystica partly keep these games on people's radar and minds, and there's attention given to them that doesn't otherwise exist. So I think publishers probably should lean into their expert player pools a bit more regularly than they do, but it doesn't shock me that they don't. Uh, Really, the only crew that I like the Through the Ages crew, worked really closely with expert level players to balance the expansion, and the expansion is excellent. It's been adopted pretty much entirely by the competitive community. It's like basically people don't really play base anymore. I think a Feast for Odin, the Feast for Odin Norwegians, was essentially made by a fan who like loved the game and was quite good at the game. They reached out to several expert players to like get insight, including me. I helped work on that, and people basically only play with Norwegians nowadays. Um, so yeah, I do think some publishers have learned a little. Maybe learned a little is a stretch. Okay, I've not been paying enough attention to what's actually going on. I'm still supposed to just grow, right? Raymond has hit Lord of the Manor on crops. I do need somebody to plow. Raymond getting plow back is actually a disaster because of Lord of the Manor and because Raymond's running out of things to do. Can I trust Green to plow? I think so. What else is Green doing? I mean, alternatively, I just plow, right? Like, alternatively, I just plow. But I think I have to Green points, right? I mean, it's pretty close between Raymond and I. Raymond's already fed, but is running out of actions. I'm just going to grow. I'm going to take 3 points. I mean, it's minus a food. That food maybe matters, but hell if I know at the moment. Um, so anyhow, I've blabbed a lot and not paid attention to chat, so let's catch up quick. Think you would be sad about the number of times expansion decks are purchased for completeness and never played? Yeah, yes. The number of people that just buy like every expansion they're able to would probably disappoint a lot of folks. You think the spike versus new players thing comes up a lot of Magic the Gathering, and basically the money is intended to the masses. Correct. Correct. That's the thing. So like publishers have huge incentives still to worry about the masses over worrying about the expert community. Like major minor gets taken. Wait, what? That's a bummer. Fireplace. For more wood. Okay, so joinery as an option is gone. So that's a bit of a bummer for me. But actually, it's kind of a big bummer. What else am I doing for points? I'm taking food and playing Champ Breeder. Yeah, I guess taking food and playing Champ Breeder. Raymond is taking wood for stables. I could stable block. I can build a stable. Building a stable actually might be correct. Because blocking Raymond's points is like as good as anything, right? There's just no chance that green or red are competitive here. So blocking Raymond's points is essentially the same as producing points for myself. Okay, what else can we do here? You think he will fence? Fencing's already taken. Yeah, fence is gone. This is why stable blocking is like actually valuable. Like fences is gone. Like Raymond is out of points, right? Raymond is like out of points. The only way Raymond can score is to stables. They can take an animal. Raymond can take an animal, right? Like, well, an animal's only a 1 point action for him because currently he's breeding a pig. Like, he really wants... Also, stables allow him to take other animals. No, I'm stable blocking him. Stable blocking him limits his points so much. And limiting his points is as good as me scoring points. So, I am gonna do this. I think this is pretty huge to slowing Raymond down. And maybe I do win then, because like Raymond's at 39 points, but how like literally what more can he score? If he can take an animal and like he could take another animal and get to 41. But literally what else can he do? Now, What more can I do is a fun question. I have 2 actions left, and I don't have a lot of food. I have a grain. I can eat a veg. I guess I can eat. I can eat some animals though. Like the real question is, can I play champ breeder profitably? I don't even know if that's true. Taking 5 food's not a bad action for me. Um, yeah, 5 food can't be a bad action for me either. Um, I don't know that I can profitably play champ breeder for points or not, but uh, I mean, I guess just being fed and breeding a cow to 43, like, I still could just get to 43. How does Raymond get to 43, right? If I just breed myself to 43, is that winning? Raymond has 3 actions left, so you'd like to think, but, like, he's already maxed his crops. He can't plow. He can't do anything. He can take an animal, right? Like, that's all he can do. I don't see what else he has. I mean, maybe he has off-board points somewhere? Like, we've seen a lot of his minors, but like maybe he has a minor improvement that's worth playing, but we'll see. Raymond's Lord of the Manor looking unexpectedly good here. You think? Oh wait, I see. We're catching up. Okay. Raymond's Lord of the Manor is looking like 2 points to me, so I don't think it's unexpectedly good. But you were thinking of taking a cow. That didn't go to plan. Oh hey, yeah, hey, esoteric. Yeah, hey, fun game. Uh, Yeah, I'm a little rude to you at times in, in this VOD, probably. I don't really understand your Reno prepper, uh, but I did like your veg vendor hearth block red. Blocking red's hearth was pretty brutal. That was fun. Uh, but I guess I maybe I wasn't that brutal on your game. I just correctly kept saying you were ahead or behind. You Reno blocking me with that Reno pottery. That was annoying, but it was understandable enough. The Reno prepper was a mistake. Okay, yeah, I would agree. I would agree with that. I also was really curious. That round, you lost tempo because of it? Yeah. The other thing that I was very curious about in your game is that you opened round 5 with 3 read. The plan was to Reno wooden hut extender. You have a wooden hut extender? Okay, let's go back. Start around 5. Start around 5. You take 3 read. What's this? What's this? And then also, yeah, if you have wooden hut extender, just play wooden hut extender. Just play wooden hut extender. You don't need Reno prepper. Then you needed the food. I see. I see. Red takes 5 food. Slight bummer. That was a route for me to get food. Cow gets taken. Totally fine. I guess I play champ breeder, but let's work this out quick. How do I champ breed, right? How do I champ breed? I eat a pig and a cow and a veg. I have champ breeder? Yes, I do have a champ breeder. That is correct. There were scenarios where I leaned far more into champ breeder with my early cattle also. Or I used some stockman stuff, but once the harpooner came down, the oyster eater seemed fun, and I just leaned into the rest of what I had. But I probably did not navigate this game quite correctly, because it does feel like I should have eked out something else from champ breeder. I'm gonna play champ breeder. It looks like I can make champ breeder worth like at least a point here, or champ breeder. Alternatively, what champ breeder is allowing me to do is I think champ breeder is allowing me to like eat my animals, and like I have very few other ways to make points at the moment, so I think this is fine. This could be a 2 point champ breeder, but yeah, I mean, not missing out on that shepherd's whistle proc is like really painful at this point. Like it's definitely at least a point, and I think it might be 2 points. Missing that out might be a 2 point mistake, but oh well. That was a good oyster eater, considering I didn't see harpooner. Correct. It was a very speculative oyster eater pick out of that pack, because there was just nothing else I wanted. And then, yeah, to get rewarded with a harpooner was pretty sweet. Honestly, it didn't even become as good of an oyster eater as I thought it was going to be. When I see a round 2 harpooner, and I see a harpooner that gets used in round 2 and 3, I was like, ooh, this is gonna be like a 6 or 7 point oyster eater. But it winds up being only 5. But I'll still take 5 bonus points. It's carrying me hard here. Assuming I'm winning, which not 100% clear I'm winning yet, but I mean, it seems like Raymond is really point capped by not having fences and stables and stuff down. I'm going to loop back to I think Raymond threw this game when he prioritized growing to 5 over taking wood in the kind of like mid game. And then I got that wood, right? I got like 4 wood, 3 wood rounds while Raymond was fighting for growth. I think that's a huge difference. Raymond does have a miner here, probably costs wood. Hopefully is only a point. Uh, Beating rod. That's that is that even a what's that? You don't even have room for this. You're gonna reorganize to cows instead of pigs? That doesn't matter. He's just blocking. He's literally out of points. He's just blocking. He's just blocking my ability to get points. Is maybe what he's trying to do. I don't know. My only path to points is to take food. Right. I just take food here. Yeah, I can't play miners. Just take food. I think Raymond is totally point capped. So is Red winning? Is Red's not winning? Right? Red's not winning this game. Red's at 41. I'm doing better than Red. You can understand if you get annoyed at me. No. I didn't get that annoyed at you for what it's worth. I mostly what I guess I'm getting at is like if you fully watch this VOD, I'm probably a little more mean to you than I should be. But yeah, your game. I kind of just continued to ignore most of what you were doing because I decided you were too far behind, and I didn't quite understand a handful of what you were up to. But I mean, whatever. Raymond takes tiebreakers here. I think we're getting the win, team. Right? Like Raymond's at 42. I just have to break 42. But Champ Breeder's gonna help. I mean, how many points am I eating? I guess is the fun question, right? It looks like I eat 2 points of veg. Yeah, it looks like I eat 2 points of veg and I eat a grain. So I go down to 40, but then I breed 2 points of champ breeder and I breed 2 points of animals. So I'll surge to 44. Make sure we have our stupid stable open that we didn't do that one time because we tried to lose the game, but all right, yeah, I think we get the win at 44. Yeah, this feels good. Looping back to earlier on the chat, right? Wood tight games are fun. This game, the wood tightness is totally what's causing the low scores. The fact that nobody got to build like a good complete farm earlier is really the thing holding scores back. Knowing that Raymond has Lord of the Manor in hand, I really don't like Raymond going as hard for the 5th family member. The 5th family member doesn't matter as much. Like, if Raymond gets one more field, that's a 3-point field. Admittedly, like, God, if Raymond can just fence 12 too, fence 12 tight this game, fence 12 is like not that hard when you have a mini pasture in hand. I do wonder if Raymond is not supposed to build that 4th room in wood, should just angle for a 4th room in clay, and then also be happy with like a 4-room stone house, and then lean harder into better farming in Lord of the Manor. I suspect that goes better for him, but you know, these are the tough choices. 4th in wood was a mistake. Without the Reno Prepper, you think you have better tempo on the majors too? Yeah, I think so. All right. Yeah, we get the win here. All right, sweet game for us. Yeah, lucky oyster eater for sure. Lucky oyster eater. The champ breeder not being better is a bit of a shame, but again, honestly, even this game, champ breeder just turned out to basically be 2 points when I had very few other points and I needed just a couple points. So champ breeder is just is quite good. And champ breeder could have been way bigger. Like, just having champ breeder options as a path to scoring really big. Uh, definitely, definitely glad that we had that in our pocket the whole time. Uh, yeah, I don't know that we perfectly navigated this game, but we got to win. I'm pretty happy about the first two stages. I'm pretty happy about those stages. Leading into the tax collector to get some animals going, I like. I do wonder about the sheep agent, although I guess sheep agent looks partly dumb because of the fact that I messed up the shepherd's whistle thing. But maybe playing sheep agent was always a mistake, and I should have just played champ breeder because then I would have freed up an action. That maybe is cleaner. Um, Given how the game went, I am really curious what happens if I just go hard on two rooms. Like, I probably am able to get pigs in round 9, and I probably could have an 8-point champ breeder on a 2-room house, and then worry about, like, trying to build a third room late or something. That would have been really intriguing, but am I in a streaming run now? I don't know what a run would be. Uh, I don't think I'm going to be streaming a lot. I'd still like to stream slightly more often again going forward. I have a little bit more time again in life compared to where it was, but I don't. I do not like. Again, we're talking from like streaming like once or twice a month to like maybe like 3 times a month, maybe more than twice in 3 months. Yes, that's like I would like to be streaming like. I'd like to be streaming almost once a week, but even that rate, I don't know that I'll manage. But like, yes, I do think I'll get back to at least a couple times a month, rather than as intermittent as it's been. But I mean, we'll see. Again, I have a bunch of different desires going on with what I want to be doing, and that's tough. I still enjoy playing Agricola, but I don't currently have a huge. I don't have like big goals at Agricola at the moment. Like, I don't really care about my elo. I don't really care about arena. I don't even really care about in-person Agricola tournaments all that much at the moment. Like, I'll still play Agricola at WBC, and I'll want to compete. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have like big Agricola passions at the moment. Not, I still enjoy the game, and it's still one that I'm happy to go back to. It's not like I want like a huge break from Agricola, but anyhow, I'm just not currently like that driven. Uh, I've been playing some other stuff on BGA a little bit, but even that, like, I did play a bunch of Fromage for a while, and I was playing a good amount of Path of Civ. I had played a bit of Living Forest for a while there, but like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of just, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not that driven by a lot of games at the moment. Um, the thing that I've been spending a lot more time on lately is like thinking about and playing some diplomacy. Next weekend, I plan to play diplomacy, but I'm not streaming myself playing diplomacy. Um, so, but yeah, like next weekend, basically, like I plan to spend a lot of hours playing diplomacy. But uh, yeah, I'm not going to be streaming, and that's gonna like that sucks up a bunch of time that like maybe in the past I would have streamed a game or two that day. Uh, But like next Sunday, I might stream, like so a week from today, because like I don't know that I have a lot big plans for that day, and it could be fun to pop on and play an Agricola. But uh, eventually, the WBC schedule will get released. I'll probably do a silly like schedule release video again. But again, like also who necessarily like I'm winding up streaming for different groups at the moment too. Like I just did my diplomacy retrospective the other day, so like the people that want a bunch of Agricola content, you'll get some Agricola, but like I'm gonna continue. Like as always, I send out streams for what I want to stream and hope that some people are interested in them. Uh, but sometimes sometimes that means I'm streaming to yeah not really what followers want, but like whatever. Uh, but yeah, so like soon I will do a WBC stream again of my schedule. Uh, I just did that diplomacy retrospective, which was fun. I might try to get a Terra Mystica game in again. Like, it'd be fun to play a Terra Mystica or two. Although it's hard to get Terra Mystica with settings that I want. But anyhow, looping back, the 3 read move in round 5 was to get BMW. Yeah, okay. Okay. And that's what I thought it was. Um, start player to get 3 read is interesting to me. I don't know that that's great, especially when other people are gathering room parts in front of you. But would have been even better. Or just build a room, right? You start player. You start player to build the second room is what I thought you were doing. I don't know that you I don't know that you should build a room there because growth doesn't flip, right? And so maybe that was what you were looking at. Like if growth flipped, you would build, and then otherwise you do the other move. But um, but yeah, with Wooden Hot Extender in hand, like I don't know, I would not be that worried about 3 read. I do get it. BMW looked good this game, and BMW was good for you, right? But also, like you don't have a way to generate reads, so you have to keep taking it in order to feed off of it. And you were never going to get that many actions. And Veg Vendor is also like kind of action intensive. The Veg Vendor becomes a lot better if you have a big family because then you can keep spamming like major miners on veggies and getting food while doing it. Uh, so yeah, I think BMW is maybe a distraction for you. I think the sower is a distraction, by the way. I don't think sower is necessary. It's cute, but I don't think like you also don't actually have that many crops or fields. So I don't think you need sower. Like I would drop both of these and have focused on Wooden Hut Extender Veg Vendor. And I think that goes cleaner for you. But oh well. You were hoping I was going to start in front of you. Ah, yes. Well, classic problem. Hoping that I would start player is uh, also kind of an issue. I was start player twice. Even that mildly surprised me. When was I start player twice? I started for growth. Oh, and then I started. And then I started in round 11 for hopefully grow in 12, but I hit Plauso. Yeah, yeah. I did start player twice. Yeah, yeah. Twice. Gross Q in round 11. What more can you want from me? Like, truly, what more do you want from me? I mean, I should probably start player a little more often than I do, especially with a chairman in the game, but like, meh. This mini pasture, by the way, I do want a quick peek at that. I do want a quick peek at the draft. When was that mini pasture? Mini pasture, like, yeah, is pretty huge and shifted the texture of the game a little bit. It wasn't even enough, by the way. That was the only fences Raymond got. Pretty big issue for Raymond to not have room to put more animals. By the way, 600 in Agricola is only 50th nowadays. Yikes, y'all. Again, I don't really care about my elo in Agricola. It's not really. I don't really focus on it anymore. I used to try a little harder, but like it's cool to see that the community is like growing more and more experts nowadays. All right, when did Raymond get that mini pasture? How many people knew about this? Nobody knew about mini pasture. All right, cool. First pick mini pasture with Bonehead. Took lots of wood help. Totally fine. Totally reasonable. Second pick Lord of the Manor. Yeah. Do not pick Chairman over Lord of the Manor, but whatever. Also, first picking Veggie Slicer. Wow. First picking Veggie Slicer is bold. Now, you did get Firewood, so, like, it looks a lot better, but... Second pick Shed Builder. Wait a sec, what? Oh, we first picked Wooden Hut Extender over Shed Builder. I think that's okay, but by the way, Shed Builder's really good. Shed Builder really good. Really good. So yeah, we pick Harpooner. Acorn's Basket with Harpooner is pretty good. That's pretty cool. And yeah, I pick Oyster Eater the turn he picks Harpooner. Yeah. This Oyster Eater though, that was lucky. That was a lucky Oyster Eater. Not knowing about Harpooner and getting rewarded. So, oh well. You were thinking surely he doesn't have Wood Carrier. Ah, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Raymond's game sort of looked like Wood Carrier, you're right. That would have made some sense actually if Raymond had a Wood Carrier. His game would make a lot more sense, but indeed he does not have that. So I think Raymond was I think Raymond's fourth room in wood is wrong, or even if you're going to build the fourth room in wood, I think Raymond's big mistake is like he chose to start player to secure growth overtaking wood, and then he first action grew overtaking wood, and he just needed wood. Like he's 2 points away from winning the game. If he has a couple more pasture spaces, he wins. If he has room to put another animal type, he wins. Um, if he gets one more field down, he wins. Like he's so close to winning, and the issue is like he prioritized growing, and then the problem is those actions he was able to take were just garbage because he had nothing to do. Like he already had maxed his crops and he couldn't plow and he couldn't take more animals and he couldn't build fences and he couldn't build stables. So this is a really good like lesson for the delicate balance between growth and making a farm, and it's just like his actions. Like he has a huge number of action advantage over most of the table, but he just can't turn. He couldn't get those actions to turn into points because he just didn't have a way to make points. So this is part of why Agricola is like such a good great game. Like Raymond grew first, he grew fifth, and he grew sixth. He has way more actions taken than the other players at the table, and yet the end game scores are like really close. He barely beat somebody that had 35, and then he lost to another guy that had 35. So, and this stat here I think is like key. The wood taken from the board. Raymond took the least. Had the most actions, but took the least wood from the board. Like the people that took the most wood from the board also score pretty highly up here. So I think if Raymond could have just figured out how to take a little bit more wood, I think that shifts the game a lot. If I didn't get a couple of those wood actions, including that like 4 wood action, that's hugely painful for my 3-room game. Like I almost certainly do lose if I'm not allowed to take wood as fast as I'm able to. Even the like 4 or 6 wood I generated, like the wood I generated off of tax collector turned out to be huge too. So we do have to be very happy I took that tax collector after thinking about like what scenarios we might wind up in, because yeah, tax collector saving us from the wood tight game also turned out really huge. So probably helped a little that your game became take wood, so that Raymond. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true too. You helped by it turned into that, but also it was good for you. What else are you supposed to do? Like everybody in that game should have been taking wood with high priority, in my opinion. Like if you watch the stream, like I identified that everybody freaking needed a lot of wood, including myself. Like I was nervous about the fact that I planned to build a room and 2 stables and play Shepherd's Whistle because I'm like I'm gonna be entering stage 3 with no wood, and as soon as that shed builder came down, I was like, oh my god, this game is so wood tight, because I knew Red wanted to build 4 stables to use shed builder, and I'm like, who's getting fences and when? That's when we really leaned. That's when I really leaned into tax collector, and I was leaning into like take every 3 wood stack I saw. And I think that's ultimately what won me the game here is like identifying. Well, I set up good food, and then I was able to get enough wood. Raymond set up good food, was not able to get enough wood. Red kind of had enough wood, but didn't have enough food. And then your game was kind of in between. Your game had issues for different reasons. But anyhow, I've blabbed enough at the end of this game. Thanks so much, everyone, for hanging out chatting. It's been fun. I really appreciate all the chats. It makes this fun. You tried to do too much. Yes. I say that at a certain point in the stream. That is fundamentally the problem with your game. You tried to set up too many things during the first 2 stages. If you had been able to just focus a little more, I think you have a nice game. So, anyhow, yeah, hey, yeah, you have a good one too. Thanks for the chat. Thanks so much for the subs, Gonzo and Alex. I super appreciate it. Again, giving me the support, even though I stream so infrequently nowadays. Really appreciate all that. Yeah. Hopefully, I'll be streaming again like next week, or maybe sometime this week. We'll see. But thanks all. I'm heading off. See everybody around. Later.